Now let's just talk about this just briefly, and so that you know the difference between these two drills. You think, well, why couldn't I use this one all the time as opposed to that one? Or why couldn't I use this one as opposed to this one all the time? Why do you need two, Joe? Well, this one, like I said, was the high impact one, and it doesn't really have a chuck. It just has this round hole. So in order to put drill bits in there, or you know, drill extensions, you gotta have that little end on there. So yeah, even with drill bits, you've got to get drill bits. Let's see here. Yeah, you can see that. Pull one out. You got to get a drill bit like this. Okay, that's got that tip on there, and then you pull this out. You kind of do that business, put it in, right? Okay. Well, could I use that to drill those holes? Yeah, I probably could, but I don't. I need to get the drill in there further. Because see, what happens is when you use it on this, you can only drill from here to there. That's it. And so lots of times I won't use these drill bits if I have to drill further than that. You know, I've got to use drill bits like this. Okay? And then I've got to use this drill to put this in, because then I can stick it in and just grab the tip of it. Let's say, you know, I don't have to push it in that far. I can pull it way out to there. Now, do you see how much further that drill bit is extending? Look how much further I can drill that one. See? I can drill it that much further into the wood. So that's number one why I want to use that. And sometimes when I use this drill, I try to suck it in there as tight as I can, and it's only going to go so far. But if I use my ratcheted one, I can put that in there and go even further, and I can push the drill or the screw in there that much further. And so that's why I like this one. Especially, I was working on a wood deck, doing some deck repairs, rebuilding the whole thing, and I'm going to be uploading that to my channel. If not, it's already on there. And dry rot deck repairs or something like that. Look for the playlist, and you'll see all kinds of stuff. And when I attached everything, this was a real lifesaver, because I could run the screws right into the wood much further than I could with the regular drill. Okay, and so when I look at these screws, let's talk about that for a minute. When I look at these screws, look at this. It's number 8. These are 2.5 inch, and I didn't even know they had a number 9. Number 9 by 2.5, and I think that is how thick the shaft area is, or maybe it's the head is a little bit bigger, because I've seen, and here's some 8 inch or some 3 inch, and this is number 8, and the head, you know, it's a good size head, but you know, there's some that's a 3 inch drywall coarse threaded screw just like this, that the head is actually even smaller, and I don't know if that is would be a number 6 by 3 inch, or what the deal is with that. But I'm gonna try the 2 inch, and so I've got to find a drill bit, and in fact the one that I got is probably going to work just fine. Actually, yeah, I think, let's see, what is that, 1/8 inch? That's an 1/8 inch drill bit that I have in there. I think that's gonna be fine. Okay, and I've already adjusted that and got that in there. And that's gonna be fine for this, because number one, see, this screw is gonna go in further than I can even drill, first off, no matter what I do. And more than likely, if I were to use a 3-inch, see how much further the 3-inch is going to go into the wood? So I can only go into the wood a little bit, and then the 3-inch will grab that much further. But if I use the 2.5, I think I'm going to use the 2.5, and so I'm gonna push this in just a bit, not hardly any, because I don't want it to go all the way out. I want this to still go in, so I get a really good bite into the wood. Now, granted, the wood's 20 years old, and that's another reason on the ratcheted one. Like, if the screw gets in there so tight, I may flip over to use this one so I can drive it in a little bit further than the regular drill. Okay, so enough of that. I was just giving you a quick and dirty on the 2 different types of drills, 2 different types of drill bit ends, and the screws. Okay, so let's get back up there and get this thing on the road. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos. A good time to wash this up for sure with all that water that came out. Oh, it's all on the door here. Okay, I'll start cleaning.